Guruji reminded you that everything is connected. A planet is connected to a deva, it's connected to a plant, an animal, a part of the body, yeah, things like that. So here I have a PDF which actually tells you what is connected to what. I will email it to you, so you don't need to rush and write down anything. I'll send this to you. Yeah? Just an example. Sun is connected to lion, to the eagle, to the cock. Yeah? These are all animals that are there. Moon is connected to hare, swan, nightingale, frog, fish. I'm not going to read everything. So for every planet, here it is listed which are the animals that are connected. And I explained to you how the connection is, no? It's the permutation and combination of the 5 elements. That particular permutation and combination in Mercury and in the fox works like magnet and iron filings. Do you get it? Yeah, that's how they are connected. That's the connection. Yeah. You will ask, how does the magnet attract iron filings? That's magnetism. That's the property. Do you get it? This is the property. You can call it magnetism or the planets, whatever. Yeah. Next, planets also have a connection to the plant. You can go a little down. Sun. Yeah, sun is connected to palm, rosemary, heliotrope. Moon is connected to cucumber. This you can understand. Cucumber has a cooling effect. Moon has a cooling effect. Yeah, things like that. Mars is connected to pepper, ginger. They say no, she's mangli, she's very hot, yeah, very angry. Yeah, peppers, things like that. You will be able to connect now. Even nature's, your attitude is connected to planets. It's really beautiful if you want to study the science. It's really awesome. Good, huh? Body parts now. Yeah? So these are 3 different sources. You can find everything on Google. I'll send the PDF to you. You can Google it up there. These are the 3 sources: Albany, Crawley and Valence. So the moon is connected to these particular organs in the body. The sun is connected to these particular organs. Mercury is connected to these particular organs. You can go down. Mars, Jupiter, or all planets connected to different parts of the body. It's not just parts of the body, it's also the phlegm in the body or the mucus or whatever the liquids in the body are. All those are very clearly stated. Good. Literal translation from Sanskrit, 7 holes in the head. This is really amazing. Saturn is connected to your right ear. Jupiter is the left ear. Mars is the right nostril. Venus is the left nostril. This is amazing to really study these connections and how it affects you, even when you're doing Nadi Shodhan. Yeah? It's really amazing. So, on some other day we can talk more in detail. Good. Now the 5 senses are related to different planets. Sight is the sun, fire element. Yeah. Smell is Mars or Venus. Touch is Jupiter. Hearing is Saturn. And taste is Venus. Go down. Now this is the last table. Colors. You heard today in the talk, Guruji said even shapes and colors, stones, everything is connected. Yeah? Like, he gave you an example, no? a crow is connected to a sesame seed, is connected to Saturn. You remember? Yeah, it's connected to your teeth and jaws. It's strange how the connection is. Yeah, but a person who understands the permutation and combination of the 5 elements and how the link is common in these, that's how they get connected. So this has many different things. I just wanted to show you the PDF that I'm going to send to you. Yeah? I can send that PDF to you. You can study that more if you're really interested in all this. Yeah? But that's how even medicine came about. Something that you are really using even today. Yeah? And that's how Ayurveda also has come about. And he told you that beautiful thing, no? They've been cognized. It's not been written by anybody. Fourth chapter, shlokas. Shloka 1 of chapter 4 or fourth part. Now the Mother Divine is speaking. She says, it is Brahman. It is through the victory of Brahman that you are victorious. She's telling this to Indra. And that is how Indra knew that it was Brahman. That is the second line of the shloka. So, shloka 2. Thus the Devas, Agni, Vayu and Indra excel other Devas because they came nearer to the Brahman. It was they who first knew this spirit as Brahman. Because it's just that, remember Guruji said, through touch, which is Vayu. Vayu Dev is air. You remember? You connect all the 5 elements to the 5 senses. Batao, who remembers? What is air? Sense of? Touch. Yeah?
Water is taste.
Water is taste.
Fire is sight.
Fire is sight. Earth is smell. And?
Space is sound.
Out of the 5, which 2 went close to the Brahman? Fire and air. So sense of sight and touch. Yeah? So they both went closest to the Brahman and they could not get him. He says, no, you burn the straw, and Agni Dev could not burn it. And then Vayu, he says, blow it away. And he could not blow it away. They went closest to the Brahman and still they could not get it. That is the shloka. But he translated it directly to the sense. Sense of touch and sense of sight. Cannot get it. You got it? Understood? No, what he's saying is through these 2 senses you cannot perceive the Brahman. That's the implied meaning. This is poetic license to say it this way. Indra, shloka 3. Indra excels all the Devas. He came nearest to the Brahman. Yeah, that's what. He goes to Brahman, he goes to the Yaksha first and asks, who are you? And the Yaksha disappears. So, Indra excels all Devas. That is, this mind, when it drops these senses, sense of touch, sense of taste, sense of smell, whatever, all these senses, and goes closest to the self, then Nama happens. That's the implied meaning. Understand implied meanings. Guruji said, no, they are all like codes. You have to actually uncode them. Otherwise, you will never understand the mantras, the shlokas.
I didn't get the third one.
Indra is the mind. The god of gods depicts the mind. The mind goes out into the world, gets lost in the 5 senses. Senses cannot go close to the self. Sense of touch and sense of sight cannot perceive the self. It's the mind which withdraws from the senses and goes inward. He can come closest to it. That is what it means. That's the implied meaning. So beautiful.
And that is Indra.
So Indra came closest to it. Still, never think that you can see the self or touch it or hear it or smell it or taste it. It will never happen. But that withdrawing and going back within. That is how Indra excels the five senses. Got it?
Five body gods. Doesn't allow you to go inside.
Ah, very nice. You're lucky to have a Pandit amongst yourselves.
I also get lost in this five body gods all the time.
Got it? Yeah. Shloka 4. Thus the teaching of Brahman is given here. Is this. He comes like a flash and goes in, and eyes wink. Brahman comes like a flash and goes away and disappears, just like an eye winks.
Devi from Yajna to
Brahman, yeah. So Guruji also said, no, that the Devas will do kind of come, but it's like a flash. They will come and they go. Oh, and now don't start hallucinating, oh, I saw a Deva over there. You have to be in that center, to really be able to even experience this flash. It is not for everybody. Yeah? So don't get into this thing after reading this shloka. Yeah? But such experiences are possible. It's just a flash. I don't know. Shloka 5. Adhyatma. This teaching is about Adhyatma. Adhyatma, you understand, no? About spirituality, about the spirit. The mind can only think about it, about the Brahman. The mind only seeks it. Yeah, but it is beyond the mind. Shloka 6. Tada tadvanam. Yeah, Guruji explained this very beautifully. Like the forest, yeah, is a gift. So in Sanskrit, one only word, vanam, is for forest and gift. Gift, upahar. Yeah. So even getting to hear about this is a gift. Isn't it? Even to be here in this Sangha with a group of practitioners who want to move towards the highest knowledge is a gift, no? Yeah? That is why the Brahman itself is called the gift. Got it? Why it is called the gift? And why it is called forest? He explained it very well to me.
Everything is available. Accepts everything.
Everything is acceptable. Lion, tiger, fox, cat, dog, even a snake, a scorpion, an alligator. Everything is acceptable to the forest. It does not say no to anybody. That Brahman is called Tadvanam. Tada Tadvanam Nama. Nama means name. So we call it by the name Tadvanam. Is called by the name Tadvanam. That. worshipped. Upasitvam. Upasana is to worship. He is worshipped by the name Tadvanam. Poetic license to just keep repeating the same thing. He who knows Brahman, Sarvani Bhutani Samavanchati. Everybody loves him. Everybody wants to be with him. He's giving you an incentive why you should, instead of mana, do nama. Why should you practice nama? Sarvani Bhutani Samavanchati. That everybody starts loving such a person. Starts moving towards the self. Let's go of all raga and dvesha. No big deal. This is nothing. This is okay. Everything is okay. Not getting attached to any one thing. Not getting lost in any person, any situation, whether good or bad. Always being in the center. That person is loved by all. Sarvani Bhutani Samavanchati means everybody will love such a person. Or he is loved by all Bhut. Bhut is not ghost. Matter. All, everybody and everything in the physical realm. Even animals feel attracted towards such an energy. Have you noticed? Those who have pets? Yeah? Animals get very attracted to a positive energy like that. So, all love him. That's all you want really. Yeah? That is the biggest misery for a person if he feels that nobody loves me. Isn't it? Yeah. There is no other misery greater than that. Yeah? A person can take poverty, a person can take no name, no fame, everything is fine. But no love, it's the poorest feeling, right? That's all everybody wants. Love. And it's not the love that you get from one person. Yeah, this is by everyone you will be loved. Bigger incentive. Yeah. So start moving towards the self. Drop silly little things. Name, power, oh, I this, I that. Drop. Not so important, yeah. How much more you're going to do? How many lifetimes you've been doing the same thing? You realize that? It's been a very long time. Enough. Any moment we can kick the bucket and you know that, right? Any moment. Nobody has a date. Or maybe you do check. You have a tattoo? Pakka you might have an expiry date. You're living like that? Hey, it's not tomorrow. I have time to be good and noble. Time is now. This moment. Now I have to let go of all ragas and all dveshas. All likes and dislikes. It's okay. Everything is fine. Always being centered. Start practicing right now. This moment. If you don't get this here and now, what is it? Mahati Vinashti. Greatest disaster. Yeah? Don't do this to yourself, really. Some compassion for your own self. Please. Next shloka. Shloka 7. Now the disciple has asked, remember? It's a question answer series. So here the master says, you asked me the Upanishad, I gave it to you. That is the shloka 7. And I gave you the Brahmin Upanishad. That Upanishad is called Brahmi, means of the Brahman. Literal English translation, of the Brahman. Shloka 8 is very beautiful. So the basis of this Upanishad is what? 3 principles. Tapo. You can see the second word, tapo. That is tapas. Yeah? What is tapas? Willingly going through whatever is. What is. This is a difficult situation in my life. I can go on, this is not good, this is so bad, this is bad. This is not willingly going through it. Anyway, I have to go through it. Bad situation has come into my life. I have to go through it. If I keep whining, then I'm not willingly going through it. Are you seeing this? Accepting what is and going through it willingly is called tapas. One word in English, forbearance. Yeah, but I expanded it so that you understand it completely. However difficult it is, going through it willingly. For example, most of you travel to India. Yeah, sometimes 24 hours, sometimes 30 hours journey. You don't say, oh, I am going to stop right now. Plane stop right now, I am tired. No, you go on. Yeah? You just go through it willingly. Your mind is not cribbing, oh, I have to sit so long, I don't want to go to India. I'll never go to India, I don't like my relatives. It doesn't go on to a negative thought. It just says, okay, it's difficult, but I'll go through it. There is a willingness to sit. You're driving on the highway, you don't say, I'm going to stop right now. My home is 20 minutes, I cannot stay awake 20 minutes, I'm going to sleep here. Don't do that. You take that discomfort for 20 minutes and then you get home and then you rest. Are you seeing what I'm saying? I'm giving you very simple examples that you can relate to. Yeah? When you willingly go through that, why can't you willingly go through what has come to you? It could be a financial difficulty. It could be an angry person. It could be a horrible boss. It could be a difficult family member. It could be anything. What is. By me cribbing, yeah, it's not going to go away. Have you noticed? You only increase the suffering by cribbing about it. Have you noticed? When you let go, it's okay. It becomes easier to deal with it. Mind calms down and then you take a right decision. But if the mind is all agitated and you take a decision, what happens? More fireworks. It's always wrong. This is all more fireworks. You're like, oh, and I was so agitated. I'm so sorry. What's the point of your sorry? The situation is already. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? Lack of tapas. Yeah, this can apply to a very small situation in life. Like he gave the example of sending that email. That difficult situation where you feel like saying whatever comes to your mind, but holding. It's okay, let me calm down. Right now I feel like just opening my mouth and no, I'll hold myself till I calm down. That is tapas. That's what he went through. That was a beautiful example of tapas. You get it? Yeah, so you understood tapas?
Yes.
The basis of this Upanishad is what? All the time doing nama. And the way to do nama, 1, will be helped by tapas. 2, dhamma. What is dhamma? What is dhamma? To have a say over your own senses. Say, S-A-Y. What does it mean to have a say over your own senses? Your senses listen to you. You are the master of your senses. You are not the slave of your own senses. That is Dhamma. How am I a slave of my senses? Tell me. One more Rasgulla. What was it? What she made? Peda. Laddu. One more Laddu. Didn't your mind say? Didn't your senses say one more? It was so tasty. Yes? To have that say, it's okay. I have had my fill. I do not need to eat that one more laddu. I have a say over my senses. Got it? I am the master of my senses. I am not a slave. When I become a slave, then very nice welcome. Yeah? When I don't have a say over my sense of sight, yeah? My body says, I'm tired, it's 11, I want to sleep, my eyes are hurting. No, that girl is looking like a bomb. I want to see the serial. Yeah? What is this? Not having a say on the sense of sight.
It happened to me many times. Not the bomb, but I saw.
It's okay, Mahesh.
I get glued to the Facebook, to the like comedy serials.
Nowadays, this phone. Every time, every 10 minutes you're checking your phone. Every 10 minutes you're checking your email. Are you seeing this? Sense of sight. Something new you have hooked onto. Yes? Dhamma is lacking when I do not have a say over my senses. It's nothing. Not that you're going to receive an urgent email. It's not like me that I'm running the show. You're sitting over there. I have to see every 10 minutes. Nothing has come. Still I want to see. Every 15 minutes on Facebook. Sense of sight. I do not have a say on it. Yeah, got it? Understood Dhamma? Yeah. Then related to sex, related to sense of smell, those who are all about perfume. Yeah. Even if you're averse to it, you're still stuck in the same thing, huh? Dislike is the same as like. It's not different. Oh no, I don't want to see this person. I don't want to see this person. I don't want to see this person. Are you still stuck in the sense of sight? You've not gone beyond. That thought is bothering you now. Yeah? Whether that object bothers you or the thought of the object bothers you, both is the same boat. Got it? Yeah? Dhamma is clear? Yeah? So, to get back to the sense, to do Dhamma, what will help me? One, tapas. Second, Dhamma. And third, karma. See, there. Karmeti pratishtha means I do my karmas. How? Moment to moment to moment. Do my karma, wash my hands off. I don't sit and think about what has happened. It's done, it's over. Move on to the next. Move on to the next. Move on to the next. Live moment to moment to moment. Devoid of raga and dvesha, I do my karma. Yeah? I don't do actions because I hate somebody or I love somebody. I do actions purely by my nature. What is required of me, that's what I do. Karmeti pratishtha. These three will really help you come back to the self again and again. Whenever you get lost in the world of the five senses, you come back with the help of these three. Anything, you pick up Dhamma, or you pick up tapas, or you pick up Karmeti pratishtha. Even if you take back these three things this weekend, job is done. Yeah? That is the principle of this Upanishad, these three. Veda sarvangani satyamayatam. Means Vedas are the limbs. Yeah? They are the limbs of what? Satyam? Truth. Poetic, again poetic. Yeah? So beautifully said. That is the truth. Brahman is the truth, and Vedas actually take you there to the truth. That brings us to the last one. Yo ve etam evam veda pahatya. He who knows this wisdom like this. Papa mana manante. He is free of all papa. What is papa? Sins. Swarga loka je. What is Swarga loka? Heaven. Again, don't imagine things. Up in the clouds I'm going to be flying. It means you will have a greater rest after you leave this body. We'll talk about this in Kathopanishad. You will have less negative karma, more positive karma, which means you will have a longer period of resting after you leave the body. That is heaven. That is the real rest. Pratisthati. He gets established in that highest truth. What is the highest truth? Brahman. That ends Kena Upanishad. What? All good? All experts now in the Upanishad?
What?
What?